Jai Jai ततो जयमुतिरये. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधाकांत नमोस्तुते. तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. My humble pranams to all the assembled devotees. Today we are going to discuss a small topic from Ramayan. The topic is about anger, krodha, anger. So, if you feel that this topic is inappropriate for you, you are free to sleep for the next 1 hour. Ayurveda says, one moment of short temper will reduce 12 minutes in your lifespan. One moment of short temper will reduce 12 minutes of your lifespan. How many of you have reduced 12 minutes today? So you guys don't sleep. The others can sleep. And we all perform this leela of sleeping in Bhagavatam class. How many of you have done this leela of sleeping in Bhagavatam class? Achha, no one. All of you are directly from Vaikuntha. How many of you have slept while chanting? How many of you have slept while honoring prasadam? So that is the only devotional service we do very attentively. Welcome to ISKCON, International Society for Kitchen Consciousness. As per Puranas, there are 2 devotional services. Akhanda Bhajan, Akhanda Bhojan. Akhanda Bhajan means we should perform chanting Krishna's name without a break. Akhanda Bhojan means you should eat up to your neck. So which service we do perfectly? Akhanda Bhojan. So welcome to ISKCON. So this element anger is very important. As per Purana, if something is said in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam once, it is called Satya, truth. When the same statement is repeated again and again in our scriptures, it is called Param Satya, absolute truth. Like one shloka is repeated in Bhagavad Gita twice. Which is that shloka? When something is repeated again and again and again, it is absolute truth, Param Satya. What is the difference between truth and absolute truth? Truth is a truth but can be influenced by time. Absolute truth is not influenced by time, it will never change. For example, if I say, I am holding this garland, is this truth or absolute truth? Truth. Why it is not absolute truth? I may put it down, it may dry, okay. So, Prabhuji's name, what's his name?
Vajrana
Prabhu. Your father's name?
Lakshmi
Raj. So when I say Shriman Lakshmi Raj is the father of Mr. Vajrana Prabhu, is that statement truth or absolute truth? Truth or absolute truth? How many of you say it's a truth? Okay. How many of you say it's absolute truth? Okay. It's truth because that also changes by time. One person passes away, the relationship gets over, that person takes another birth. Now his name is not Lakshmi Raj, something else. The relationships are not permanent. Right? When I say Krishna is Supreme Lord, is that truth or absolute truth? Thank you so much. It is never influenced by time. When Krishna says something again and again in Bhagavad Gita, it is Param Satya, absolute truth. Have you heard this mantra? Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Why three Shantis? One is enough? Why three? When it is said again and again, it is absolute truth. You know this mantra? Hare Nama. Hare Nama. Hare Nama. Why they should say that for 3 times? Hare Nama Kevalam. One is enough. When Krishna, when scriptures are repeating again and again, that is very important. It is absolute truth, Param Satya. Abrahma Bhuvana Paryatam Sarvam Maya Mayam Jagat Satyam Satyam Punaha Satyam Hare Namaiva Hi Kevalam. How many Satyas are there? Satyam Satyam Punaha Satyam. Holy name is absolute truth. So when something is repeated 3 times, it is absolute truth. But Krishna is speaking about anger in more than 12-13 shlokas in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is repeating about anger 12 to 13 times in Bhagavad Gita. If it is repeated 3 times, it is Param Satya. If something is repeated again and again, we should understand the importance of it. Krodhat bhavati sammoha kamayesha krodayesha krodhat vimutta. What is that? Krodhay kamaistai kritajnana. Almost 12 to 13 shlokas he is speaking about anger. Is that topic important in our life? Yes. When you become angry, the connection between the tongue and the brain gets cut off. How many of you have the experience of saying something in anger, acting something in anger which you are aware, you know very well that is wrong from my part to do, still you have done that. How many of you have got the experience of this Leela? Welcome to Hare Krishna. Almost everybody. We were aware completely that we are not supposed to spell it out. Knowingly, we have done that. Anger, when it grows beyond the limit, it goes out of control. it will destroy everything. When Hanumanji was in anger, he burnt enemy's kingdom, Lanka. When we get angry, we burn our own house. That is the difference. You know, when great personalities get angry, they destroy the enemies. We kill ourselves. How many of you have felt or experienced after this kind of situation that I shouldn't have been so rude, I shouldn't have spoken like that, I hate myself, why am I like this? How many of you have gone through this process? Everybody. So please don't sleep for the next 40 minutes. I won't bore you much, okay? As per Ramayana, there are 3 kinds of anger. Short temper, controlled anger, and spiritual anger. There are 3 things. Kshipra Koba, short temper. Controlled anger. We get angry, but we know how to control, manage it. And what is the 3rd kind of anger?
Spiritual anger.
Spiritual anger. You know, can I get a chair?
Yes.
Because I can't see. Where did I stop? There is something called spiritual anger which we have never experienced in life. It is like your wife saying, I was so angry, wild yesterday. I cleaned the entire house and I washed the entire clothes. I finished my job. Have you ever experienced something like this? That doesn't happen much in our life. Sorry, just wanted to make sure that nobody is sleeping. But sleeping in Bhagavatam class is also a great devotional service. You don't have to feel bad. In Ramayan, once Nidra Devi, how many of you have been to Jagannath Puri? Okay. If you go to Jagannath Puri, I don't know whether you have noticed, some days Jagannath temple is closed by night 10 o'clock, sometimes 11, 12, sometimes even it goes up to 2 o'clock in the midnight. Because Lord, He eats very less. He eats only 64 times 56 items, that's all. How many times you eat? As per Ayurveda, if you eat once a day, you are yogi. If you eat 2 times a day, you are bhogi. Bhogi means enjoyer. If you eat 3 times a day, you are rogi, diseased person. If you eat 4 times a day, you are drohi, you are eating somebody's food also. And 5, 6 though, it is not there in the list. So how many yogis we have in the class? How many bogis? How many rogis? Yeah. Some people have not raised their hand for all the 3. So, in the night in Jagannath Puri temple, they bring Nidra Devi, a small deity, the deity of sleep. Nidra, she controls sleep. Morning she comes and, does like this in front of you and you wake up. And night she does, you go to sleep. She controls the department of sleep. Her name is Nidra Devi. So every day night they bring her in front of Jagannath and she requests Jagannath, she says, my dear Lord, the servants in the kitchen, they have to sleep. They're very tired because you're all the time eating and they have to cook all the time. So my Lord, please go to sleep. She requests. Then Jagannath says, okay, what is the breakfast tomorrow? And only once I have seen Jagannath Ji's lassi glass in summer, in Jagannath Puri from March to June, in summer, by evening 3 o'clock they offer lassi to Jagannath. I don't know, next time if you go you can check. The lassi glass is 1 meter tall. And literally you can get inside and take bath. So, Lord goes to sleep. That Nidra Devi once had a complaint with Lord Ram. She went to Lord Ram and said, Ram, Bhagavan, you have so many devotees in this world. I had only one devotee and you killed him. Who's that? Yeah. I had only one devotee. You have got so many devotees. And you just, that's not fair. You killed that one person also. Then Ram also felt bad. She had only one person following her. Then Ram said, don't worry. Hereafter, whenever Bhagavat Katha, Ramayan Katha is going on, you please go to that satsang, definitely you will get lot of devotees. So he blessed. So sleeping in satsang is also a great seva. You are free to do that. So how many types of anger? Kshipratoba, short temper, controlled anger, and spiritual. So Ramayan explains these 3 levels of anger with 3 different personalities. Short temper is depicted, explained or demonstrated by Lakshmana. Controlled anger is demonstrated by Bharata. And spiritual anger is demonstrated by Hanuman. Lakshmana means one who follows the pathway of Lakshmi. Lakshmi, zero complaint. Lakshmi Devi is always massaging the lotus feet of Lord Narayana, and she has zero complaint. A real devotee doesn't complain about anything in life. How many of you have raised complaints today for one single day? We complain about everything, this is not proper, that is not proper, I didn't get papad oil, prasadam serving, this happened, that happened, A real devotee tries to tolerate everything. And literally in our own experience, we have seen those kind of devotees. How many of you have seen the twin pujaris, Prabhupada disciples in Mayapur? How many of you have seen the twin pujaris? Pankajanguri Prabhu and how many of you have seen? Right? Yeah. They joined in 70s in ISKCON. Now it's like 2025 and one of them passed away, recently. Devotees have told, we have never heard them complaining about anything in life. For us, not a single day passes without complaints. This is not right, that is not right. And finally, Krishna, you are also not right. We blame God also. But a real devotee doesn't, he tolerates everything. Like a mother tolerates the son. He tolerates everything. So Lakshmi Devi is like that. Lakshmana, you do anything bad again, you hurt him, you disappoint him, you insult him, you blame him, he will tolerate. But if somebody does anything against Lord Ram, Lakshmana goes white. So one day, Lakshmana pulled his sword and he told Lord Ram, this Bharata is the cause of everything. He and his mother jointly, they made the plot. They tricked us to go to jungle. I'm going to rip him off. I'm going to peel his skin and hang him at the entrance of Ayodhya. He's speaking about whom? His brother Bharata. Then Ram told Lakshmana, be calm.
Why are you being agitated like this? Why are you getting angry? I know Bharata by heart, you please keep quiet. Then Lakshmana. And one day Ram was speaking about Maharaj Dashrath. My father is a great man. Again Lakshmana pulled that sword. That old man out of his senses. He has 3 wives. And he's so old he can't think properly. He had sent you to jungle for 14 years. And you are telling him he's dear to you. I'm going to chop him in 100 pieces and throw him to jackal. Talking about whom? And Ram said, Lakshmana, be quiet. Why are you so angry? Anger doesn't bring any result in this world. Lakshmana. Then in jungle one day he saw Kaikeyi. You know that Bharata and the whole army came. Yeah. They wanted to somehow take Ram back to Ayodhya. Bharata, Lakshmana saw Kaikeyi, pulled the sword. I am going to kill this lady and hang her in the tree. You know? Then Ram said, Lakshmana, be calm. I will tell you the story of Kaikeyi. How many of you know the story of Kaikeyi? Her younger days and life like that? Yeah. Kaikeyi was 1-year-old baby. Manthara, you know Manthara? Yeah. Manthara was the wet nurse who came to help in the delivery of Kaikeyi. In those days, what do you call them? Wet nurse? You know, the ladies will come and help the pregnant lady in delivery. Then afterwards also they stay for a few months. Then they take some dakshina and go back. Actually, Manthara came like that to the palace in helping the delivery of Kaikeyi. And Kaikeyi has taken birth and is just 1-year-old baby girl. And Kaikeyi's father, the king, he has a special blessings. He can understand the language of birds. You know, birds chirping, birds talking, he can understand. Very great blessings. If you read Nectar of Devotion, there are 64 qualities mentioned about Krishna. One of the quality is Krishna can speak to animals, birds and trees. You know, that's one of the 64 qualities. This king, father of Maharaj, the Kaikeyi, he can understand the language of birds, and one day he is sitting in the garden and enjoying the whole conversation of the birds. He is smiling, he is laughing, and the queen came. She asked, my dear king, you are sitting alone in the garden and laughing, what people will think about you? And he said, no, how beautiful the birds are talking. The queen said, can you share with me, can you tell me what is the conversation going on? Then king said, I can't share this secret to anybody. If I reveal this secret to a third person, my head will blast and I will die. The queen said, that's okay, please tell me the secret. The king realized, oh my God, I'm having my death next to me. So the king sent off the queen, and this 1-year-old baby girl, who's that? Kaikeyi. The king gave the Kaikeyi to Manthara, the wet nurse, and said, from today onwards, she is your life and soul. You should bring her up, and you promise me that she should be always happy and no defame should fall upon her. So from that day, Manthara took that responsibility of bringing up Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi was completely under Manthara's protection. So Ram told Lakshmana, what can you expect from Kaikeyi? She is brought up by Manthara, a servant maid, and who is completely possessive. She doesn't understand the rules of land and rules of gods. She is a simple lady. You never exercise your authority on power on people who are subordinate. If you have something which others don't have, don't be proud about that. You use that in the service of others. Suppose I have some knowledge which others don't have, I shouldn't be proud about, Then Lakshmana sat down calm. So this is short temper. Very dangerous. The short temper will destroy everything within minutes, what you have built for years together. Everything will be turned into ashes within seconds. The short temper is very, very dangerous. I'll tell you a real thing that has happened in Pune some few years back. A young couple, they were fighting. Cats and dogs, sometimes all these things happen. The young couple, they get married, whatever, they keep quarreling. Initially, the wife screams, husband will listen, then the husband screams, wife will listen, then both of them scream, the whole world will listen. This will be going on. And there was some hot argument, and they had just 1-year-old baby boy, And they were living in the apartment, 14th story or something, 14th floor or something like that. At the heat of the argument, you also might have experienced, you somehow want to win the argument or win the situation. You may be aware that your statement is wrong. Still you will be holding on to that wrong statement and somehow you wanted to prove yourself right. How many of you have gone through that? Many of us. At the heat of the moment, just to win the argument, she was throwing things, he was throwing things, and out of 1 second's blindness, he took the baby and threw to the window. It's a real thing happened. Then he screamed, but that's it. Gone. It's gone out of hands. Short temper is very, very dangerous. What we have built for years together will turn into ashes within a moment. How many of you agree with this? So it's beautifully explained in Ramayan. I would like to tell you that Socrates thing I repeated in 2-3 sessions. It's very important. Socrates was a great philosopher. Are you getting bored? No. Feeling sleepy? No. Socrates was a great philosopher. He has spoken so many nice things. Only thing he has not touched the topic of God, but he has spoken about birth, death and all. A very great philosopher. Not attached to anything material. And every day he will invite his friends and the discussion will be going on. And his wife was irritated so much. You are one fool and you are bringing another 4 or 5 fools in the house. She was very irritated by that. Every day Socrates will be discussing with her friends. She will be grumping and making noise and yelling and screaming. And one day she lost her control. She came with a big tub of water, can of water. And Socrates is discussing with her friends. She came and dropped the water on his head. He was dripping, completely wet. But Socrates said, till yesterday it was thundering and today it rained. What a level of self-composure you should have to say that statement. Imagine you were there in that situation. What you will do? We all know how we will react, So for spiritual life, a real patience is very important. Patience is important. Otherwise we can't achieve. So Lakshmana is that short temper. Don't think, acha, Lakshmana is like that, so no problem. It's not like that. We have to take a lesson. And the second one is controlled anger. Raghupati Raghav Rajara Patita Pavan Sitaram. controlled anger Bharata depicts. What is the meaning of word Lakshmana? Follows Lakshmi's footpath. Bharata. Bhara means weight, you know. So Bharata carried a weight. What is that weight? How many of you have got the experience of somebody blaming you, attacking you, pointing fingers on you for those mistakes which you have not done? How many of you have gone through this? Almost everyone. And that is the time we try to prove ourselves, to justify, clarify, react. But Bharata, when the entire episode was going on, Bharata was in his mother's place. He was not there in Ayodhya. He was not party to any of, he doesn't know these things are going on. But one day, his left eye started, what do you say that sometimes? Twitching. And said left shoulder. If that happens for men, some bad omen. If that happens on the right side for women, something bad. So one day morning, Bharata's left eye was twitching and he called Shatrughna and said, I don't know, from morning I'm feeling restless. Something wrong in Ayodhya, let me go. And immediately Ayodhya, he told Shatrughna, you come later, I'm going. And at the he traveled on the chariot at the speed of wind. And he reached Ayodhya. When he reached Ayodhya, there was no lamps in the houses. Lamps are not lit. Brahmanas are not chanting mantra. Every day in Ayodhya, people will chant mantra, lamps were lit, the ladies will be singing kirtan, children will be playing, even the cows and calves will be dancing. And old Matajis, they will have huge, in olden days they used to have earrings, something like a car nut bolt, it will be so big. That their earlobes also will be hanging. Have you seen that kind of old Matajis? Yeah. The Mataji is so happy. They have dried grains in the courtyard. The birds will come and pick some grain and things like that. Sometimes goats and dogs and cats will come. They are so lazy to get up, they remove their earring and throw it on the top. So wealthy Ayodhya was. But on that particular day, there are no lamps, no mantra, no kirtan, children are not playing. Everywhere in auspiciousness and nobody is smiling, nobody is receiving, welcoming Bharata, everybody is turning their face. And some of them are cursing and Bharata doesn't know what's happening. And he went to see his mother's Kausalya, Sumitra, they did not give audience, they shut the door. The ministers were not ready to speak. The only person received him in the entire Koshala Desha, Ayodhya, is Kaikeyi. She came running, hugged Bharata and said, Bharata, you are the emperor. You are going to be the king. And Bharata asked, what happened? Where is my father? Where is my brother? I got rid of Ram. He has gone to jungle for 14 years. The moment Bharata heard this, he just threw his mother and pulled his sword. And he said, I feel sorry to have taken birth in your womb. How will I wash my sins? I can chop you right now and throw you to jackals, but I'm not doing that because if I do this, Ram will quote this and he will never come back to Ayodhya. This is controlled anger. Sometimes we get anger because we have read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, sat in the sessions, heard all these things. This knowledge will come in between and stop you from reacting. Situation is almost the same for everyone. We make it worse by reacting. Situation is almost the same for everybody. We make it worse. That is the difference between Duryodhana and Yudhishthira. Situation is same. Imagine in your house, if you are Yudhishthira, you come and sit there on the breakfast table morning 8 o'clock. You call your wife, my dear, I have to go, I have to rush. What is there for breakfast? Can you help me or shall I come and help you? That means you are Yudhishthira. Who is Duryodhana? 8 baj gaye. Are you bringing me or should I come to the kitchen? I will show who I am. That means both of them want 2 rotis only. But one is expressing everything in a sweet way. The other one just knows to grab things. You know, sometimes we also have Ravana, Duryodhana at our home. Sometimes 2, 3 of them. Very tough to produce. You know. So, Bharata also was disturbed, but he knows. That is the importance of satsang. Then you start coming to satsang regularly, chanting Krishna's name, listening to Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, different levels of reaction. First stage is, you react and then repent. How many of you have gone through this experience? I shouldn't have spoken so badly yesterday. That was bad from my part, my bad. You feel that. How many of you felt that? Right. So you repented after reacting. Okay? Then you continue in satsang for some more time. You will repent while reacting. You know that the words you are speaking is wrong. You are aware of it. Still you will be speaking. That is a better stage. You have improved. Anyway you are reacting, but while reacting itself you are aware of that reaction. And the third stage is, you will repent before reacting. You feel like shouting and fighting, then you say, I am now initiated, I am not supposed to do that. Hare Krishna. Walk off. You have improved. And the fourth stage is, you take it so lightly. Shouting. Acha, Prabhu scolded me. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Your scolding was so sweet, It was so nice of you. Thank you so much. Somebody curses you. Thank you. It was so good about. You take it, make it light. That we should learn from the story of Gajendra, Indradyumna. From Bhagavatam, Gajendra. How long can we go?
7:30.
Okay, it's already 7:30. Okay, where did I stop? Yeah. Beautiful lesson of Gajendra. In his previous life, he was Maharaja Indradyumna. Yeah. 10 more minutes, I will stop. In his previous life, he was Indradyumna Raja. And he thought, what is this life again? There is actually nothing great. Shankaracharya explained 3 stages of coconut. One is tender coconut. Even though you scrap tender coconut, something gets stuck to the shell. It doesn't completely come. Then regular coconut, you put little energy, it will come out. Third is the dried coconut. The coconut is inside the shell, but it is not stuck to the stem. It's not attached to the shell. We are in which stage? Tender coconut or dry coconut? Which stage are we? No answer. First stage? Tender coconut. How many of you are tender coconut? Okay, the second one, regular coconut. Dry coconut. Completely I am not attached. You give me prasad, you don't give me prasad, still I will come for satsang. We all are attached. We love appreciation. When devotees appreciate you, when devotees glory, we all love that, But in ISKCON, we have learned to express ego in a humble way. We are all egoistic only. But we have learned the art of expressing it in a humble way. Oh, Prabhuji, you are such a great Kirtaniya. All Krishna's blessings, Prabhu. Which means, please don't talk, keep on glorifying Krishna. Yes or no? Yeah. So Indradyumna thought, what is this whole life about, So one day he renounced everything and went to jungle and sat down and completely meditating on Paramatma. He has controlled, mastered his senses and he was meditating on Paramatma. Then at the time sage Agastya walked. Agastya, with hundreds and thousands of his students and disciples, he was coming across. Then he thought, he was a king till yesterday. A man who was dealing with pounds and all this money. All of a sudden he became a sannyasi, rishi, and not respecting me. I curse you, Indradyumna, you will become an elephant. Imagine you are closing your eyes and chanting Hare Krishna, when somebody comes and gives one thumpad. How you will react? Thank you so much. That was a great blessing. I'm honored. So Indradyumna thought, I did not do anything wrong. And the person who cursed me is also not an ordinary person. He was such a great saint. He can't be wrong. So he thought very deeply. Then he came out with two conclusions. Either this is because of my previous karma. You know this Ishvara, Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadir, Adir Govinda. There are two karmas for everything in your life. One is immediate cause, another one is permanent cause. Right? Suppose myself and devotee Prabhuji, we both fought and I am badly hurt. And I'm thinking, this Prabhuji is the cause for my pain. I should react, I should revenge, one day I should give him back. But Prabhuji is the immediate cause for my pain. My permanent cause is karma. It is already written, Sunday, time 7:25, I should get hurt. I am next to him, I got hurt by him. If I am with my wife at my house, she would have stabbed me. If I am with my mother-in-law back in village, she would have kicked me. But definitely, Sunday 7:25, I would have got hurt. So who is the permanent cause? Which is the permanent cause? Karma. But what we do? We always take the immediate cause into seriousness and we fight and react and we forget about the permanent. You should be worried about the immediate cause or the permanent cause. Are we doing that? No. He is bad, she is bad, the situation is bad, that is bad, kitchen is bad. We put the blame. So Indradyumna thought deeply. He is a great sage Agastya and he will not curse me by choice or by chance. That should have some reason. He's not a normal person. And he came out with two conclusions. Either it is karma or it is the will of the Supreme Lord. So Indradyumna got up. He went to Agastya and said, "Oh great sage, I don't know why you have cursed me. But definitely the curse you have given upon me should bring some blessings to me. Thank you so much for cursing me." So if some devotee scolds you, fights with you, what you should say? Hare Krishna, thank you. That was a wonderful fight. So then when Indradyumna said that, even Agastya felt bad. I cursed him and this man is reacting such a sattvic way. Definitely he must be a great yogi. He said, "Oh great King Indradyumna, I'm sorry about the curse. But anyway, I can't take it back. Whatever cursed is cursed. But you will take birth as an elephant. And at the end of that life, Bhagavan will come personally, hold your finger and take you back to Godhead." So, was that a curse or blessing? Who converted the curse into blessing? Because of his patience. Imagine, we were there in that situation. You would have got up. Indradyumna, you will become an elephant. Agastya, your father, grandfather, your entire dynasty. We will put fire on top of fire. Yes or no? Yes. So this is controlled anger. Bharata detected. And what is the third?
Spiritual anger.
Spiritual anger. That is only on the level of, great Paramahamsas. Like I told the story, example of Socrates. Completely a person who has mastered his senses. Did I tell you about the Hanuman's thing?
No.
Yeah, you know that Hanuman.
Not here.
Other class. See, you know that story, Ravana set fire to Hanuman's tail, So, Hanuman was holding the tail with fire. how will I use this in Rama's Seva? He's thinking. His tail is in fire. He is thinking, how will I use this fire in Ram's Seva? Suddenly he got an idea. He jumped from one tower to another to the palace of entire Lanka and set it fire. Aram se. The whole Lanka is burning. Then he went to the ocean and put off his fire. Imagine you were in the kitchen and suddenly your dress catches fire. Allah will burn the whole kitchen only. He was so self-composed. Only a calm mind can think better things. And Hanuman is in this thing. And Hanuman, the whole world calls him. Hanuman means broken jaw, broken chin. People call him, broken jaw. Is it a nice name to call? Somebody is Takulu, we call him Takulu Prabhu. Is it nice? So bad. The whole world calls him Hanuman, the broken jaw. He is very happy. Even Krishna is like that. I was telling that the other day. We go and sit up in front of Krishna and tell, Matan Chora, Navanita Chora. We call him, right? Chora means what? Parthasarthi means? Driver, chariot driver. Gopi Vasanahara, one who stole the garb. Is it all nice to chant? Driver. Is it nice? That's what we do in front of Krishna. Hey thief, driver. But Krishna, oh my devotees are chanting my name, blessing. They take, this is Paramahamsas. You throw a stone at a mango tree will get hit hard, in return it will give a mango. This is Paramahamsas. What Prabhupada got in return? What our spiritual masters get in return? Do you think that that $50 dakshina you give is equivalent to the blessings which they give you? Jagat, Baladev, Subhadra, Maharani ki, Gaurita ki, Radha Shyam Sundar ki. Is that equivalent to the blessings what they give?
No.
Thankless job. They are burning karma of our life for janmas together. So only Paramahamsas are like that. They are like sandalwood. Sandalwood we keep rubbing and it disappears and gives aroma to the entire world. Paramahamsas. So controlled anger, Hanuman. Spiritual anger, Hanuman. One day, he was standing and Sita Maharani is decorating herself with so many things, earring, mala, this, that. Hanuman is standing there and, why are you wearing this? Why are you wearing this? He was asking so many questions. And finally she applied little Sindhu, kumkum. Hanuman asked, why are you doing this? Sita was little fed up by answering, She said, if I do this, Ram will be happy. Next day, the entire assembly, Hanuman entered. From head to toe, he was completely red. So he said, if Ram is happy by applying a little sindoor, how much happy he would be seeing. So do you think Hanuman is that fool? No. He takes one step down so that Vaishnavas will be happy. We are not in a competition to win with Vaishnavas. It is a great blessing to get defeated by them. So Hanuman depicted what is controlled anger. So once again, 3 types of anger. What are they?
Short temper.
Short temper. Who depicted? Lakshmana and controlled by Bharata.
Spiritual anger, Hanuman.
So this anger is very dangerous. It is like when you chant, you collect mercy in the pot. Every moment you get angry, you are like making a hole in the pot. For somebody's pot, there is 1 hole. Somebody has got 2 holes. Some people's pot is pura hole only. Morning they chant, evening it drains off. It goes like that. Very dangerous. That is why Krishna spoke about anger so many times in Bhagavad Gita. Right? Prabhupada got anger so many times. But that is all for Krishna consciousness, for spreading. We get angry with the driver, we get angry with the family, children fight and make a complete mess of things. Right? So, japa, chanting the holy name attentively. It's a meditation. Doing that will help us to come out of these emotions. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. If you have any questions, you are free to ask.
Be seated. Anyone has questions? Okay. Other mic, second mic. Be seated. Not all Prabhu here. Okay, afterward. Okay, fine. Good. Hare Krishna. Be seated.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much for such an amazing class. So we all experience anger, and you so nicely explained the 3 types of angers. But in the moment, it's always difficult, and especially at least in Grahastha life, or I'm sure as a celebrate life also you must be experiencing. So any tips you can give? Other than breathing that we try to implement at that time, but it's
See,
still hard.
knowledge will definitely help. Knowledge. So the more of satsang, more of reading scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, seeing saintly people in front of us, in our life, have we achieved any positive results by getting angry? Never. So we know the solution also. Still we do that, when we see some of our spiritual masters, gurus, how much do they tolerate us? We can't tolerate 2 children, 1 husband, 1.5 husband, very big thing. They tolerate 5,000 disciples, 3,000, what and all nonsense people do, right? So, very good sadhana and scriptures will help us. As I said, initially we will repent after mistakes. Then we will repent while doing mistakes. That means you are progressing. Then we will be careful before committing mistakes. So in that stage we will be progressing. But good chanting, good association is important.
So can I ask a follow-up question? So they say that you should not hold on to your emotions. Let it go because it goes into your body, becomes disease and all that.
Yeah.
So sometimes you may have regrets, like in any relationship, and you realize at one point there's no point lasting at this person. So so what is a good way?
Hide inside your room, lock the room, yell at the peak of your voice, scream, shout at the tree, shout at the wall, shout at maybe his picture, you can do all that thing. Not a person. You can do, because once the relationship is damaged, it is very difficult to mend it. It may take years together, because the psychology of mind is always it records the negative things first, positive things later. Right? So you feel like letting it out, get into your room, lock the door, you do all your Bharatanatyam, whatever it is. And that's okay.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, how do you explain Lakshmana with a short temper and then Balaram also in the same mode, if I'm not wrong? So is it because
See, we
of
should
the Leela?
take it as a lesson only. That's why I said, oh, Lakshmana is in short temper. It is like we saying, Lord Shiva is in Tamoguna. Lord Shiva is managing Tamoguna. Lord Shiva is not in Tamoguna. So in the Leela, Lakshmana takes a character to explain certain things. Okay? He gets angry only when Ram is disturbed. So we use the story to tell you what is short temper. We should not think Lakshmana is in short temper. You got the point? Right? So we take some examples from Ramayan so that we can learn. Lakshmana gets angry only when something happens to Ram. In our case, it is not like that.
So in the Balaram and Krishna.
Yeah, Balaram also same thing. If somebody does anything to Krishna, Balaram will come with the claw. That anger is allowed. If somebody is speaking bad about your spiritual master, bad about Srila Prabhupada, bad about some good devotees, that time you can raise your voice to prove that. That is allowed.
Hare Krishna, very wonderful lesson. How do I deal with anger, especially with teenagers? Because if you don't show anger, they basically cut loose. And especially in this country and even in India also.
You will always fail in front of teenagers. There is never a history that that is a particular age, right? So Chanakya said, Lalanam, you pamper them till age of 5. Tadanam Dashavarsham, 5 to 15 you be little strict, show some false anger, strict and all. The problem with anger is, you may show anger to correct your son, but in the course you are carried out by that. That happens. Very dangerous, So we have to show some strictness, If even after showing some strictness, if they are doing something wrong, you take a break. When things are fine, you try to explain to them. It's an art. By the time you learn the art of parenting, you will be 60 and he will be 30. That is how the world is. We should not lose control. But children, they will realize. When they are 5-year-old, for them, father is the hero. In every house, it is like when they are kids, father is a hero. Oh, my papa has got a black car, okay? He drives like that, okay? For them, father is a hero. By the time they come 12, 13, they tell the father, Papa, I can manage. I will do. They will start answering back. By the time they become 20, he will go and tell the mother, Mama, how are you tolerating this man? You should be given a piece of mind. Then this guy gets married and gets two children. By the age of 50, he says, my father was a great man. To say that he took 50 years. So whatever you are investing now with your teens, don't expect to get the result overnight. He may realize it at his age, 30, 35. What you're doing is pouring water to the mango plant. You may not get the fruit. He will get the fruit. So don't expect and don't lose temper. Come for satsang to cool off.